All right, guys, welcome to another live stream. Welcome to another live stream. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. All right, so in today's live stream, I'm going to talk about my crypto predictions for 2025. We've been talking about crypto all of 2024, and obviously, we'll be talking about crypto a lot in 2025 because this is the most bullish year, being it's the year after the halvening. And yeah, things are going to go parabolic. So I want to give my crypto predictions on coins that are in the hottest narrative, and then also obviously BTC and just the overall crypto market. We want to just give a realistic picture of where we think the market is going to be. And I think you got to start with market cap, right? I always tell you market cap is the most important. You need to focus on the market cap and be realistic about where that market cap can get to, and not give high in the pie predictions on these coins. Right now, obviously, some coins warrant those high predictions because they're in a hot narrative, because they have the social media backing. People are hyped. It has a culture. That some of these coins have a culture around them. So in a society around them that makes them go, above what they should be valued at. But I think you need to, definitely be realistic, because if you want to get profits this crypto bull market, you need to be realistic when it comes to these crypto prices, right? So let me share my screen so we can get right into it. Let me share my screen. All right. So the first thing we want to look at, in my opinion, is the overall global crypto market cap. Right now, it's sitting at 3.5 trillion. I think by the end of this 2025 bull run, we are going to be at a 10 to 15 trillion dollar market cap. So that's going to be the whole crypto market, right? So it's going to be Bitcoin, all the altcoins, 10 trillion to 15 trillion dollar market cap. Now, this is going to have a lot of implications on where these coins are going to be at, right? So what I like to do always, I like to take the most conservative price prediction. So, let's just take 10 trillion, right? Let's just say by the end of 2025, we are at a total of $10 trillion market cap for the whole crypto market. Right now, I think too, a good thing to look at is history, right? So first we're going to start with BTC, right? It's the king of all kings when it comes to crypto. It's the first crypto that came out, obviously. So I think we need to start there, and we need to look at its market cap, right? So if the total market cap is 3.5 trillion for all crypto, and right now BTC owns about 1.94 trillion of that. And to be honest, I think we've just started the crypto bull market, or like, we're in the first quarter. I think BTC has a lot more to go, right? So safely, I could say, we can at least see a half of what it's at now at the end of 2025. So I could see it adding another 500 billion to its market cap by the end of 2025. And that would put BTC right around 130 to 150. And I think that is a conservative prediction, right? And I think that prediction can allow you to take profit, whether you're in BTC, whether you're in altcoins. Now, does it have a higher, a bigger chance of going a lot higher? I think so. I think it could go to 200K. A lot of people are predicting 200 to 300K, and I don't think that's far-fetched, right? That would put it at a $4 trillion market cap, $4 to $5 trillion market cap, and it would leave. Now, if BTC's at 4 trillion, remember we predicted overall $10 trillion market cap, that would leave 6 trillion for the other narratives, right? But I think BTC safely will get 4 trillion out of that 10 trillion that I predict, right? So there you go. All right, so what's next? So I think after BTC, you need to look at other popular layer ones. I think those are going to take a significant, piece of the pie, per se. All right, so what are some layer ones? Now, I don't consider really XRP a layer one because you can't really build on top of it, but we're going to include that in there. We're going to include Ethereum in there. We're going to include Solana. So let's count it up as we go, right? So Ethereum's at 438. XRP's at 140. So that would put us, let's just round up to 600. Solana's at 104 billion. So let's just say 700. BNB is 100. So that'd be 800. And then let's just say another 800. Let's just say another 100 for the other small ones like Avalanche, Cardano, Tron, Sui, Aptos, like all those. Let's just say another 100, right? So that would put us around, let's just say $900 billion, right? $900 billion market cap for layer ones. And maybe let's just round up to $1 trillion, all right? Because there's probably some other ones that we can't see. So we'll just put that current market cap for layer ones is currently $1 trillion. So I think this could safely triple, right? I think this could get to 3 trillion, right? So that would put the whole market cap at $7 trillion, right? With BTC and then all the layer ones, that would give us a total of $7 trillion. Now, as far as specific prices, I think Ethereum could be, anywhere from 7 to 10K this cycle. I think it could easily do that. I don't think it'll have problems. Again, I think we've yet to see the effects of the spot ETF for Ethereum. Ethereum is slowly getting a lot more liquidity. Remember, a lot of the liquidity for spot ETFs are going to, going to BTC, the BTC spot ETF. But yeah, so I think safely layer ones and BTC will take up $7 trillion market cap, right? So remember this. When we get to the end of the year, let's see how close I was to predicting, the accuracy of these market caps. All right. So the next narrative that I want to point out is the AI narrative, right? And let me see if I can find a platform where it gives me like the total market cap. Total market cap for crypto sectors. Let's see. I don't know if CoinGecko. Total market for AI crypto. Top artificial. Okay. So it does have it here. So let me share my screen. I think this website's going to be a little bit better. All right. So AI cryptos, right? AI cryptos. And for those of you wondering, this is cryptoslate.com. It looks decently accurate. I'm trying to see. Yeah, this looks decently accurate. It looks like BitTensor has the right market cap. Virtuals is at 4. Wow, Virtuals is up. No thanks. All right. So the total market cap for AI cryptos is 41 billion, right? I could see this doing a 10x, right? So I could see the AI cryptos being at 400 billion. So we said layer ones, Bitcoin will be at 7 trillion total. right? That's assuming BTC ends up at 150 to 200,000, and then Ethereum will be anywhere from 7 to 10, right? So we have, uh, and then the other layer ones will accumulate to 3 trillion, and then BTC will have 4, so that's 7 trillion. So there's an additional 3 trillion left over, right? And I think safely AI crypto would at least take 500 billion to a trillion, right? Because it's the biggest narrative this sector, and it may take a little bit more, right? It may take a little bit more. But who knows? So I think that's going to take, and then also, so that will put us around, let's just round up to 8 trillion, right? So there's 2 trillion left. That 2 trillion, in my opinion, will go to, let's see what sectors they have. I think gaming is going to, do decently. And I'm not sure if they have it here. I don't think they have gaming here, which is weird because gaming is a top. Play to earn. Maybe it's play to earn. Okay, so 10 billion. I think gaming can probably get to like 150 billion. No, block. So yeah, I think gaming could get to 150 billion. Then also real world assets is one of those sectors that are taken off. I'm not sure. Okay, so this one's at 54 billion, right? So, and look at the plays that are under this, right? You have Avalanche, you have Chainlink, Origin Trail. I've been talking about that one too. I think that one's going to do really well. This one's kind of like verifying research and verifying data and things like that. And that's kind of what these plays are. Avalanche is number one. I think Avalanche is going to do good. So I could see this taking up 500 billion, right? I think AI cryptos would take more, like will get more to a closer to that $1 trillion mark, and then real world assets will probably be at that 500 billion. So take a look at this, right? Like take a look at this website, and we're at the beginning of the year. Really look at this site and see which coins you're in, and see at the end of the year how big this market cap's gonna get, and then you'll see like you either be like, oh wow, I underestimated this, or you were spot on. But again, we've yet to see an altcoin rally. So like a real parabolic altcoin rally. I think a lot of altcoins are still way below their all-time highs. So I think there's just a lot more room to run. But yeah, those are my crypto predictions for 2025. I obviously think this AI sector is going to be, the DeFi. You got to remember, like last cycle, DeFi was the thing. Also, I want to mention that, these cycles, because right now the biggest thing in crypto is the AI sector, but specifically in the AI sector, people are talking about AI agents. So but protocols like Virtuals, I think that's how you call it, BitTensor, ASI, and things like that. These are the hottest narratives. Now, just because the narrative is going to get inflated, in my opinion, going to go to that 500 billion to $1 trillion mark, I don't think, I don't actually think it's valued that, right? You got to remember, a lot of these prices are inflated, and a lot of these coins will crash once the bull market is over. Because I see a lot of people on crypto Twitter saying, oh, well, this is the new narrative. This is going to change humanity and stuff like that. And that's good for prices because we're going to make a lot of money for people that are invested, right? But it's you got to think about it. Because look at all the fads back in 2021 and 2016. None of those coins, besides Ethereum and Bitcoin, have stood the test of time, right? None of them. And maybe you can argue Solana, but Solana is, we got to see next cycle if Solana's still up there, essentially. But yeah, like for me, they have to be used by regular people. And even when DeFi was hot, like it wasn't used by regular people. You didn't see your next door neighbor or people around you using DeFi to take a loan out and stuff like that. Like all those millions of transactions that people are reporting, like nobody was really using this stuff. Like even for the AI agents, like I was looking at the AI XBT, like that's a popular AI agent right now. I'm actually subscribed to it on Twitter. And it does give good updates, but you could tell that sometimes it's very off. It like just says whatever. All right, so let me see where that's at. That should be here somewhere. AIXB, right here, Virtuous. Yeah, so this thing right here. So this thing is like, it's tweeting on Twitter or X, and it responds to comments and it updates like every other minute and stuff like that, and it's cool, but you know the most people are not going to use that, right? You need to get the masses to use it. Like you got to think about something like Amazon. People use Amazon every day. You talk to somebody on the elevator and they know what Amazon is, right? Or Uber. So it needs to have that type of effect to where everybody's using it. Now I do see, we do see people using AI, right? We do see people using ChatGPT. So I do agree with that, right? So that for me, that's why I'm more focused on decentralized GPU power, because I think that is going to be more critical to the AI infrastructure, right? Because you go on the elevator and you say, you talk about ChatGPT, 9 times out of 10, somebody's going to know what you're talking about. So that's kind of the test that you need to see. This thing for AI agents, yeah, it's a nice niche and it does play off the AI narrative, but I honestly still think those those GPU coins, those coins that provide decentralized GPU power, like a Render or a Kosh or a EOS, those are the actual AI plays, in my opinion, that are going to do really well. Now, I'm not saying that these AI agent plays won't do well. They're going to do really, really good. But again, I'm not buying into like, oh, this is just going to be here next cycle and things like that, right? Because I still, I still don't see I mean, I see the value in AI agents, but I don't see people adopting it so quick like they did ChatGPT. Because ChatGPT and all these chatbots, it's kind of like the human is still able to use it, right? AI agents, it's like, okay, you create an AI agent and you just let it go. And yes, it could create transactions on the blockchain. But again, like, what is the value, right? And again, you could find some little value, but it needs to be like that massive thing to where people are using it on a daily basis. And they probably could, right? They probably could use it, but it's going to take some time for these AI agents to ramp up. Because I heard somebody talking about it yesterday on the Bankless podcast, and they're like, yeah, the AI agents, they're going to create AI agents themselves, and they're just going to create transactions. They're going to talk to one another and just build themselves up and so on and so forth. But again, for me, it's the value. Like with ChatGPT, like you could use it, or any type of bot, right? Like a Venice AI or whatever. You can use it to, get information readily, right? Can you use an AI agent to get to do that for you? Of course, you could probably do it, but it's at demand, right? You don't need constant information, and that's what the AI agent does. It just keeps working, right? Now, if you want something to just keep producing transactions, then yes, you could just throw an AI agent out there. But again, just don't see the value. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I don't see the value yet in AI agents. I see how it could be a hot narrative, but I don't see how next cycle, like, it needs to really have that Amazon, Chat GPT, Uber effect where you go on the elevator, you talk about it, people are like, "Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about," and I just don't see that yet. So that's why I'm more focused on the decentralized GPU power, because I see that just being around forever, right? Like, you saw what happened to Nvidia. Nvidia is up, hundreds of percent, and it's because there's a shortage of chips, and things like AWS and all these other providers, they are somewhat expensive, right? So these decentralized GPU networks, these protocols, are getting you a decentralized, getting you decentralized GPU power without being censored, essentially. And it, that's what people like, right? People like privacy, people like decentralization. So, not one entity holds the power. And that's kind of the whole point of crypto, right? And then these AI agents are going to need decentralized GPU power. Somebody was mentioning that on crypto Twitter or X yesterday, and it's true. These AI agents are not going to want to have their GPU power coming from a centralized source. So again, picks and shovels plays is what you need to focus on. But I still think this sector is going to do really well, right? The hype is there. I think it'll pump like the DeFi, but again, I think it'll just be like DeFi. The people that are saying it's going to be just like DeFi are correct. But again, where's DeFi today? Obviously, Aave is making a comeback. But, I just, right now, banks are not going anywhere, right? It's going to be a long time before we get rid of banks and we start just using protocols like Aave to transact our money. But again, they're all good stuff. I think it's all going to be used, and essentially, you just need to use the hype, right? You can't use, you can't fall into the narrative that, oh, these are going to be here forever. You're going to hold on to these coins forever, because again, if you look at every cycle, the top 10 coins always change. So you can't be so focused on the fact you can't be too stuck on, oh, this is going to be something that's changed. I did that before and I end up losing money. Not losing money, but not making making what I wanted to make, right? Because you get caught up in the narrative, you fall in love with a coin, and you think so. So no matter what the narrative is this cycle, whether it's AI agents, DeFi, whatever it is, make sure to take profit, right? And that's why it's good to have these predictions, because you could put everything in perspective. You could say, okay, I think the market cap of crypto is at it's at 3.5 now. I think by the end of this crypto bull cycle, it's going to be at 10. Where do I think that money is going to be allocated to? Okay, AI is the biggest sector. Maybe that takes 500 billion to a trillion. What plays do I think is going to benefit? And in my opinion, I think the decentralized GPU power space is going to take a good part of that, because it hits the AI space. It touches the AI agents, because AI agents are going to need that. So, yeah, I think that's where crypto is going to be by the end of the year. $10 trillion market cap, maybe a little bit higher, but that's my prediction. And yeah, we'll see. But that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.